Hey, Cheryl. How's it going, Cheryl? Diane and Fran, thank you for coming on my tour today and for being a fabulous sponsor as well. Claire and Linda, hello. Welcome to N. Can you hear me okay? Give me a little thumbs up if you can hear me. I'm assuming you can. There's a little rainbow was trying to get through there. You see the rainbow? Hey, Charity. You see the rainbow? Try to break through. It was a beautiful sunny day. I came here hoping to catch a sunset tonight, and look what happened. Clouds came and took away the sun. It's actually rained. Rain was not forecast today. However, as you can see, it's rained. Thank you for being here for us. I enjoy your tours. Thank you for your kind words, Fran. It's a privilege to have you all here. They keep me company. Hey, Carol, Sue, and Dawn. Welcome to N. Hello, Wapu. How cold is it? It's not too cold today. It's quite mild, actually. Must be about 10 degrees Celsius or something like that. 50 Fahrenheit, something. It's not cold at all, to be fair. So it was a beautiful sunny day earlier on today. It was a lovely sunny day. I came here to get us a wonderful sunset. And of course the Scottish weather let us down. Yet again. No snow last week. The whole of Britain got covered in snow. I put on 3 tours in anticipation of the snow. And of course the snow completely missed Edinburgh. Hey, Deborah. Your name's beginning to suit you now a little bit better. How's life? Hey, Lynn. What's happening? How's life, everybody, today? Hello, Cheryl. How you doing? The plane coming in there. See the plane? Wonder where that plane's coming in from. Hey, Lorraine. How's it going? Beautiful sunny day earlier on, and of course the sun's disappeared. Hello, Charlotte and Pam. As you can see, the sun is gone. I can't see clearly now because the sun has gone. We did have a little rainbow appearing, try to get through. See it? See the rainbow? You can just see a little bit of it there. Once it goes back into focus. Oh, it's not going into focus. Didn't like that, did it? There we go. Can you see it? It's very faint. Can you see the rainbow a little bit? It's very faint rainbow. It's only about a quarter of a one. Not even a quarter of a one. Type a little chat in the box. Let me know where you're from. Maybe Nessie took a trip. Oh, you'll not see Nessie down here. Nessie's too scared to come to the big bad cities. She likes the country life in the Highlands, does Nessie? Tide's coming in or going out. Tide's possibly going out, maybe. Linda! Yes, gee whiz, what a noise. Linda from Ohio. Hey, Laura. Cheryl from Louisiana. How's Laura doing today? Thank you very much for joining my tour, everybody. It's an honour and a privilege to have you keeping me company on this Friday evening time. Well, it could be Friday morning, depending on where you are. If you're in Canada or America, it's probably afternoon time, lunchtime, possibly for you people, some of you. Across there is deepest, darkest Fife. Dangerous territory, especially for people from Edinburgh. It's a dark and dangerous territory over there. We used to make them show a passport to get to Edinburgh. We've relaxed it a little bit now. Happy St. Patrick's Day today. Did anybody go on Dave's tour to see the St. Patrick's Parade from Dublin? That's a terrible Irish accent, that, isn't it? I can actually do an Irish accent sometimes. Hey, Andrea. Welcome to N. Friday night, of course, lunchtime. It's rush hour, I meant to say. It's not lunchtime, it's rush hour. It's 10 to 5. There was no Irish music. Seriously. Why was that? On a St. Patrick's Day parade in Dublin and there was no Irish music. Hello, Rose. Thank you very much for coming on my tour. Lorraine saw a little bit the streets were mobbed. Hey, Michelle. How's it going? Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like a melody that's sweetly played in tune. Looking out for Linda. Any other people I can sing a song to? I bet your name's not Peggy Sue, Carol Sue. I could sing a song for you. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Laura, where are you going? Hi, Dublin. You go to Dublin in June? Not Scotland. Oh, wee bird down there. Hey, Cynthia. I don't know what that wee thing is down there. Look, what's that? Any ornithologists here? A miniature Nessie there. It's like a cormorant. Let's see when it pops back up. Edinburgh is a stop on an upcoming cruise. Ah, right, so do you go to, where do you sail into? South Queensferry? Hey, Kathy. We just thought we saw a miniature Nessie there. But it's disappeared and it's not come back up for air yet. Oh, there it is. Look, so we've got a mini Nessie going on here, look. Son of Nessie here. Oh, it's off. Am I still thinking of doing a tour about Inchcombe Island? Yes, I am. I will be. In fact, I'll need to look when the boat starts up again. It'll be starting up soon. Hey, Kathy, how's life today? Yeah, I was thinking about that a week there about going on a cruise. Yeah, so look. I can stay down for quite a long time, the wee thing, whatever it is. I don't think it's a cormorant, it's too small. Maybe it's a baby cormorant. Hello, Sir John. And Alpha. Or just bird spotting, or a wee bird. It's quite good at swimming under the water. It can disappear for about a minute at a time. A loon. Did I not have that? I've just had deja vu. Were we not talking about this on my botanical gardens tour the other day there? It's quite small. It doesn't come up for long, then it disappears again. Skies are looking quite dramatic. Looks like it's going to rain actually, or possibly rain. Looking a bit dark. Oh, my gimbal's going to be a bit squiff there. Hey, Sandy. How you doing? France, Natasha. Hello, Natasha. How's it going? They're very beautiful gardens, the botanical gardens in Edinburgh. I do like the botanical gardens. Very beautiful place. Reasonably accessible as well. Reasonably accessible. Hey, Tammy and Lisa. How's life, Sandy and Natasha? What's happening today? How's the weather in Greece today? It's starting to rain here. This looks a bit wet, this cloud here. Yeah, this looks a bit ominous, doesn't it? I think it's definitely going to rain. Rain was not forecast, of course, but being Edinburgh, it rains 191 days every year of the year. Hello, Sharon. 15 and rainy, Alpha. How does Scotland celebrate St Patrick's Day? We don't really, to be honest. There is a few parades through in the West Coast and Glasgow, but Scotland, you have to bear in mind, is quite a sectarian country still. So there's a lot of anti-Irish, anti-Roman Catholic feeling still in Scotland, unfortunately. So yeah, they don't tend to celebrate. They have a Coat Bridge is a very Irish Catholic area, and they tend to have a St Patrick's Day parade. Hello, Adrian and Brenda and Arte, Chelsea. That's okay, you're not late. Yeah, I noticed Matt was doing a tour in, Matthias was doing a tour in Lapland. Catherine B, hello there. I noticed that Dave had his Patrick's Day parade earlier on. The sun's trying to break through the cloud there as well. To see, I came here to get a sunset. Rain was not forecast. Of course, what happened? It starts to rain. And the cloud came in. Yeah, you get like, there's Irish pubs in Scotland as well. Today in Edinburgh, in the Cowgate area, which is Little Ireland, they've got a bar called Three Sisters, and they were queuing up from 9 AM this morning to go to the Patrick Day celebration. So a lot of the pubs will celebrate Patrick's Day. But that's just have a drink, you know what I mean? Ewa, hello Ewa, where are you today? Carol Sue, are you going to have another chat tour? Yes, Carol Sue, I put 2 tours up. I've put 2 of the tours up. So if you check my channel, I've put 2 chat tours up, because they were quite fun actually. Oh, we've got somebody from the Spice Girls, everybody. Mel C. When two become one. Hello Mel, and Suzanne. Thank you for following my channel. That's one way of helping the tour guides, by the way. If you're not already following my channel, you could follow my channel if you like. It doesn't cost any money. It's completely free to follow my channel. Hey, Della and Tish and Jennifer. How did Dave's Patrick Day parade? I couldn't stay for long. How's Jennifer doing? Della. Patrick. Turquoise. Yeah, that's a lovely name. Hello. How's it going, everybody? Tres Manitos. Carol Sue, I will. The last chat was laughed so hard. It was quite funny, wasn't it? Some of the comments from some of the ladies. Gee whiz, holy moly. I was shocked and stunned. Hey, Stephanie. Somebody's just been shot there. Did you hear that? Hello from Texas. Gee whiz, pal, get your exhaust fixed. You hear it? How's life, Sherry? Yes, oh look, the sun's coming through. Look, the sun's going to poke through, hopefully. We might get a sunset. I was hoping to do a sunset. It's trying to rain. The sun's coming out and it's trying to rain at the same time. Hello, Olga and Susan and Marita. The sun has got his hat on. It's raining and sunny at the same time here. Hopefully it won't rain too badly. Well, tour's nearly started. Hey, JB. How's everyone doing today? St. Paddy's Day. Of course, St. Patrick might have been born in Scotland, of course. Yes, there was a little bit of a rainbow trying to get through earlier on. There was a little bit of a rainbow. Hey, Susie and Arline. Jean. Hey, Sandy. Someone is man the donkey when it rains in the sun. I'm saying nothing about that, man. I used to live in Fort William. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on my tour today. My name is Paul, and I'm going to be your tour guide for today. How unlucky are you? Thank you so much for coming on my tour. Is there anybody here for the very first time today? If you can see a follow button, if you can please follow my channel, that'd be fantastic. The big round white button. Okay, well, follow my channel, please. The big round white button is the postcard feature, what we call a postcard feature. So if you press that, it takes a postcard. And thank you very much for joining the Hago. It's a fantastic platform. Please check out all the fabulous tour guides all around the world. It's really fabulous here. Thank you for following my channel, everyone. It's obviously a tip-based platform. So the only way that the platform can survive is by people leaving a tip. And we get 60% of that. You can also possibly think about becoming a sponsor. One way of helping the tour guides is by sponsoring a tour guide as well. And I think that's about £10 a month. And we get about 75% of that. Hello, Don, Carolyn, Anna Maria. Thank you for following my channel. Fran. So this tour is A to Z of Edinburgh. A to Z. So I flicked a coin and it landed on N. And this is Newhaven. This is Newhaven. That's Granton Harbour across there. Hey, Marianne. And this is Newhaven Harbour and Village. So this is just to show you now, Edinburgh has a tram system, okay? And the tram line is now being extended down to this area here. So if you do come to Edinburgh, the great thing about the new tram line is it's hoping to bring more tourists down to this side of the city. A lot of cruise liners come in here. Well, the cruise liners, they can go out there. Cruise liners come in, if they're too big, to go under the Forth Bridge. The Forth Bridges are over there. But some cruise liners go to South Queen's Ferry. Or if they're too big to go underneath the bridge, they just stay out here and they get little tenders come into the harbour here. So if you do come on a cruise to Edinburgh, you could possibly come to Newhaven. Oh, I got a new sponsor. Oh, thank you for that. Woohoo! I got a new sponsor. Thank you very much for sponsoring my tours. Whoever it is, hopefully you can tell me who it is. And I can thank you for that personally. Thank you so much. Hey, Rose. And yes, so what was I saying? I forgot what I was talking about there. Yeah, the boats, the cruise liners. Yeah, the cruise liners come in now. So there is cruise liners come into here. Oh, was that Kathy? Oh, thank you, Kathy. Much appreciated. A long-term supporter. So this is Newhaven. So now the tram line is coming down to Leith and Newhaven. Leith is just along that way. The centre of Edinburgh is about 30 minutes this way. Is this the Irish? This is my Scottish. I'm quarter Irish. I'm half English, half Scottish and quarter Irish. Work that out if you can. Of course, the good side is Irish and Scottish, of course. My grandmother was Irish. My mother was English and my father was Scottish. And I was born in England. And do you know the pain that I've had to suffer for most of my life for being born in England? I can tell you. It's been a difficult life, shall we say, especially when I went to school. Especially when I first moved here when I was 4 or 5. I had bright blonde hair and a Yorkshire accent, and I got sent to one of the roughest schools in Edinburgh called the Fort. So I had to quickly change my accent. So this is an ex-fishing village, okay? So we're going to do a tour of the harbour area, but first I'm going to show you the old fishing village, okay? And I've got some nice images to show you as well. Quite a couple of nice bars down here, a little bistro as well. Hello, Agatha. Welcome to Newhaven. Excuse me. So this is Newhaven. Newhaven just means new harbour. Okay, so this is a nice... what happened? Tops off! This used to be a bank, actually. This used to be a bank. And it's now called Porto and Fee Bistro. It's got very good reviews. And there used to be a church up here. A certain lady who's on the tour got married just up there. In a church. Let's have a look at the menu. Hey, Bernie! So £6 for starters, £8, £9, mains, £14. So on. Most expensive is £16, so it's not too bad. So it's a beautiful little bistro. So if you're in Newhaven, there's a couple of restaurants along the front as well, and there's a seafood restaurant over here that I'm going to show you as well, okay? But this used to be a fishing village, Newhaven. Yeah, it's not too bad down here. It's away from the city centre, you know what I mean? That's my ambition this year, by the way. I want to get another camper van, so I can do camper van tours of Scotland. So that's my dream. I wouldn't get that one, but because you can't stand up in it, I don't think. You can only have a van if you can stand upright in it. So that's my ambition for this year, everybody, is to get a camper van. So I've got all my 14-day tours, and hopefully I can make some good tips on my 14-day tours. Oh, is that a rat or a squirrel? Thank God that was a squirrel. Look at it climbing up the side of the roof, the wall. See it? Look at the squirrel. I thought it was a rat. Thank God it was a squirrel. Hello, Sally. And yes, I want a camper van. I've had a few in my life. Cobblestones. Yeah, got quite a lot of cobblestones. See here. Look at this. The Free Fishermen Society. Can you see the old plaque? Look. The next fishing village. Look. Free Fishermen Society of Newhaven. Yeah, grey squirrels are rats. We consider grey squirrels rats in Scotland. We have red squirrels in Scotland, but they're getting wiped out by the grey rats. So we don't like the grey squirrels. They're blinking rats. So yes, so this is Newhaven. Newhaven means new village. And the village itself dates back to around 1480s. Okay, so you're talking 15th century here. The population of Newhaven is roughly about 5,000. About 5,000. And there is a little, just going to show you an image here. So I'm just going to put a couple of images up. These are the fisher ladies from the villages. Okay, so if you check the chat, if you click on the image, these are actually Newhaven fisher wives. Had a particular dress they wore. You can see it there. Some of the houses look still quite similar. They've obviously been done up a little bit. So I'll just put another image up in the chat. So you can see it's a black and white one this time. I mean, what a life these ladies had. What a life. You know, it doesn't bear thinking about the work that they had to do. They had to hawk the fish. The men caught the fish, and then the ladies had to go down to the harbour and catch it, bring it up, gut it, and then they had to sell it. You know, can you imagine the harshness? They would have to take their big baskets. Look at the basket they've got. Look in the chat, everyone. Hello, Anne. Look at the basket they've got on their back. Can you imagine walking 15 miles, 20 kilometres, 25 kilometres with that? Stinking fish. Ugh. Hey, Leah. Hello, everyone who's joining. So this is, so if you look here, if you check the image in the chat just now, look at that. So that's what it would look like. So you're talking Victorian times there. You can see some of the houses and the tiles are quite similar, actually. No, they would wear the apron when they were gutting the fish. They had to gut the fish as well. This plaque here, look. See here, there used to be a chapel here. Is it this plaque, Don, you're talking about? This used to be a burial ground. There was a chapel here called St James's Chapel. And this is where the fisherman's graveyard was. 485 recorded burials that took place between 1505 and 1848. There's not much of it left, as you can see. The bit of the wall, and that's all that's left of it, you know. Artie remember seeing fisher wives in Pittenweem in the early 60s. Wow. Yeah, what a life they had. You know, imagine having to walk. When Newhaven's quite close to Edinburgh, right? It's only maybe about 30-minute walk. But some of the fisher wives, they had to travel from East Lothian, from Musselburgh. Some of them had to walk. They would obviously try and catch a lift, right? They would actually try and catch a lift on a horse and cart or whatever, but yeah, they would, what a life, doesn't bear thinking about, you know what I mean? And this is a little community garden here as well. Newhaven's quite a little tight-knit community. As I said, it's a population of about 5,000. They've got a little school here. Oh, look up here. Look up this. Look at the plaque on the wall. Just seen that. Look at that. 1588. In the name of God. So obviously some ship that was built here. They have a shipbuilding history here, which I'm going to talk about as well in a minute. Hello, Bonnie from Nova Scotia. It's an old plaque I found there dating back to 1588. This is a little community garden here. So as you can see, it's all just looked after by the local community. The school kids come out and help it as well. Again, you can see a nod. Oops, you can see a nod to the fishing background. The lady carrying the basket full of fish. Herring. Herring was very popular here. Oysters during certain times as well. But herring was the main resource. You can see the Dutch-style pan tiles on the roofs as well. The old houses, the closes. Hello, Sherry. This is a little village called Newhaven Village. This is an ex-fishing village. The houses have got a particular style, you know, with the steps going up outside and so on. Somebody lives on the bottom, somebody lives up the top. Very desirable area, actually. We'll see on the tour how the architecture has changed now. They've built a lot of new houses, which they'll finish the tour. But this used to be this is where the original harbour was. Can you still buy herring? Scotland's never been a herring. Well, I would say in Scotland, the vast majority of people in Scotland don't eat herring. Aye, all right, seagulls. A conversation. Excuse me, seagulls. You want to be quiet? Do you not know I'm talking on Hego? Be quiet. Shh. Shh. God almighty. Noisy birds. Rats. They're flying rats. Lovely little pub here as well, by the way. So this is called Fish Market Square. Can you guess what used to be in Fish Market Square? Be quiet, birds. We've got live music here, see? Harbour. It's actually a really nice pub, actually. Wins quite a lot of awards for real ale and so on. Nice little nod to the lighthouse over there as well, we're going to see as well. Yeah, I think they were telling me to shut up and stop talking crap. And has an ancient naval and fishing tradition and was known as Novus Portus de Leith, Newhaven, and King James IV launched his mighty Great Michael here in 1511. The village was a close-knit community, but the old ways are fading. An ancient prophecy has it, when the willowbank tree withers away, the fishing trade shall also decay. There is still fishermen today, lobster mainly, maybe a little bit of prawns as well, but this is where the original market was here. And yeah, the Great Michael, by the way, that was King James IV. He was the grandfather of Mary Queen of Scots. And look, Leith. Newhaven was actually part of Leith. You all know I'm from Leith, yeah? I'm from Leith. And this was actually part of North Leith. So if you look in the chat and look at that ship, well, King James IV wanted to build a ship in Leith, because Leith was the main port of Scotland at this point, but the waters were not deep enough in Leith. Okay? So what they had to do was they had to make a new harbour here. So the new harbour was actually here. Believe it or not, the new harbour was here. This was the harbour. So it's now moved, as you can see, they've taken the land, claimed it back, and the harbour's now moved here. Over, oh, I just about fell over there. So the harbour's now moved to here. Right, so the Great Michael, by the way, if you click on the image in the chat, that's an image of the Great Michael. That was the biggest ship in the world. There's an artist's impression of it as well. If you click on that image as well in the chat, that's an artist's image. Paul, where the herons are concerned, the vast majority are smoked and called kippers, which get eaten more than fresh herring. Ah, yeah, there used to be, is that right? Herring are kippers? Yeah, because we used to have a kipper factory here, just along here. Actually, that's why I got put in prison when I was 16. Yeah, there used to be a kipper factory over here. Yeah, I like kippers, but I don't like the bones or the smell. Hello, Christina from Finland. Thank you for being a sponsor. Welcome to N for Newhaven. This is Newhaven Harbour. Dates back to the 1480s. But then in the Victorian period, they moved here. So this was about 1840s. They moved here. But the Great Michael, by the way, if you click on the image in the chat, the tide's in just now, so you can still see the Great Michael. The Great Michael. It was the largest in the world at the time. See over here, this is where the little tenders come in from the cruise liners. So the cruise liner stops out there. If it's too big to go under the Forth Bridge, it'll stay over there and send in little boats to here. So then the boats get picked up by coaches and taken up to Edinburgh to the castle and the palace and so on. You can see the tides. You can still see these little fishing boats, say mostly lobsters. Come in. Ooh, just going to get down this hill. Used to be a park down here. You can see there is still little boats here. Which one's the lobster boat? Where's the lobster boat? If I recognise the lobster boat. There is, we used to see a lobster boat going out all the time. Every day. Hello, Tammy and Michelle. Yeah, so the Great Michael was the biggest ship in the world, right? It was 1,000 tons, right? It weighed 1,000 tons, right? The Great Michael weighed 1,000 tons. It was 240 feet long, which is 73 metres. It was 35 feet wide, that's 11 metres wide. The walls were 3 metres thick. It had 24 big massive guns and 30 smaller guns, right? It could hold 120 gunners, 300 sailors and 1,000 soldiers on a ship. It wasn't the biggest ship for very long in the world, because guess what? The English had to build a bigger ship. The English had to build a bigger ship. And of course they named it after Henry VIII, or Henry VII, the Great Henry, it was called. So the Scots did not have the biggest ship in the world for very long. The English had a ship called the Mary Rose, and the Scots ship they built, the Great Michael, was larger than the Mary Rose. In fact, the ship itself was named after the Archangel Gabriel, the Great Michael, right? And you've all heard about how Scotland was created, yes? God was creating Scotland one day, right? Well, it was Scotland's turn to get created. And so God's sitting above, high above, right? Somewhere up here, God's sitting. And he's with his best buddy, the Archangel Gabriel. And God says, today, Gabriel, I'm going to create Scotland. I'm going to make it one of the most beautiful countries in the world. I'm going to give it natural resources, wind, wave, tidal, solar. We're going to make them a nation of great inventors. They're going to invent one of the world's most popular sports called golf. We're going to let them invent a drink called whiskey. The scenery is going to be spectacular. The women, the ladies, are going to be the most beautiful ladies anywhere in the world. The men are going to be the most handsome warriors anywhere in the world. The Archangel Gabriel turns round to God and says, excuse me, God, are you not being a bit generous to the Scots? God replies, just wait until you meet their neighbours. Get the skies. I'm only kidding, by the way, I'm English myself by birth. Aye, so the Scots couldn't afford to run the ship. The Great Michael was a very expensive ship to run, of course, so the French, the Scots sold it to the French. You've got to bear in mind the Scots and the French had a treaty. I know, Adrian. It was probably Irish monks that made it first. I do give credit where it's due, to be honest. So look what we've got here. We've got a Loch Fyne restaurant here as well. So there's a few restaurants down here now. Yeah, do you know why the king built the ship? King James IV. He actually built the Great Michael to launch a Scottish crusade against the Ottoman Empire, and he wanted to reclaim Palestine for Christianity. So you've got Loch Fyne restaurant here. In fact, I came here last year. I had a job last year. Got a whole lobster. How much was a lobster? A whole lobster, £37. £37. You get seafood platters, £27 and so on. Whole sea bass, £19. Got fish and chip takeaways as well. So there's a few restaurants down here as well. In fact, you've got another restaurant over here. Actually, 1 second. I'm just sorry for going back with the camera. I forgot. So you've got the little pub there, the Harbour Inn. You've got another restaurant just along here. I think it's an Indian restaurant now, and you've got a little bistro across here as well. So you can see there is a few places to eat and drink down here. So it is worth a half day visit from Edinburgh. You can even go to Leith for half a day and Newhaven for half a day. You know, it's nice. It's just nice to escape from the Edinburgh city centre, especially if you're here in July and August. It can be very busy. You know, so there is a few places. You've got the fishmongers as well, famous fishmongers called Welsh's. We grew up beside the Welsh's fishmongers. They supply a lot of the restaurants of their seafood. Edinburgh as well. We used to have a chippy. Here we go. So we've got the fish market here, traditional fish and chips as well. I've never actually been here, but this has got a very good reputation as well. So you can see £9 for a fish supper, £11 for a fish supper. Take away in there. So it's called the fish market. So you can see lovely seats. Get a beer, sit outside, watching the sun coming down. As I say, I hope to get a sunset, but as you can see, the clouds have kind of spoiled it, because you do get spectacular sunsets here. In fact, that's a good point to make out, is if you're going to get away from Edinburgh, I would recommend going to Leith first and then coming here for dinner and watching the sunset, because the sunsets are quite spectacular on the days that we get a clear evening. You know what I mean? So there is a brewer's fair here as well. There is a brewer's fair, which is just a chain, to be honest. Can you zoom in on the sky? In fact, I'm going to, so you can get the bridges in as well. Quite dramatic looking, isn't it? It looks quite dark on the screen. It's not quite as dark as that in person, actually. Hello, Julian Paul. Welcome to Newhaven. This is the A to Z of Edinburgh. And this is N for Newhaven. This is a little fishing harbour. Just about half an hour from Edinburgh. The new tram line's coming down here. So Edinburgh's got a tram line that goes to the centre of Edinburgh. And it's now just been extended. Well, in June. It will open up in June. So the trams are coming all the way down here. So this is where the tenders come in for the boats for the cruise liners. As you can see here. So that's why it's all locked off. You see all the new houses. This is all the new houses they've built down here. Hundreds of them. In fact, probably thousands of houses now. End of June. Yes, the trams finish in June. It's supposed to be. So you can see all the new houses. Down here, Brewer's Fair. There's a Premier Inn hotel as well. It said that golf was invented by a Scotsman when during a battle he cut the head of a clansman with one blow and rolled it down a rabbit hole and invented golf. Laura, the trams, the buses come here as well. Edinburgh's got a fantastic public transport system, and the tram goes into the centre of Edinburgh, and then from there there's just lots of buses. There's hundreds of buses come in. So there is about 4, 5 buses probably come down to Newhaven. So it's still accessible from Edinburgh. Still very accessible. So what happened to the ship? Well, what happened was after the Battle of Flodden in 1513, right, most of the Scots, King James IV and most of the nobility was wiped out in the Battle of Flodden. So Scotland had to sell it to France. That's why they had to sell it. And they reckon the French, it might have been involved in the attack, the French attack, when the French sank the boat, the Mary Rose. Very nice shot there, isn't it? I was hoping it was going to be a better, thank you Tammy for following my tour. I was hoping it was going to be a better sunset tonight actually, but hey ho. It was a beautiful clear sunny day earlier on. And then of course Scotland being Scotland, out came the clouds. Do you remember the ice bucket challenge? Who remembers the ice bucket challenge, right? Well, my friend done the ice bucket challenge here, right? Do you know what he did? Look at the water's in, right? The tide was in, right? My friend sat on a chair here, a plastic chair, right? He tipped a bucket of water over his head, and then he done a backward somersault into the water. Aye, a backward somersault. Can the harbour be closed? Not this part. No, this part stays open. It's all safe now. Bit dodgy going down there, right enough. Cars have slipped in the water and so on when the tide's in. We used to play down here when we were young. We used to do crazy things. No, you just seen it, you can't. All right, okay. So as you can see, you've got the padlocks here. People have put their lovers' names in it, all rusty. Of course, my friend is crazy. Oh, aye. We used to jump off here when we were young, right enough. I wouldn't jump here now. Yeah, the French changed the name of the Great Michael to the Big Knave of Scotland. So as I said, oysters, herring, whaling. It was also destroyed. Newhaven was badly destroyed by fire in 1544 during the English invasion of Scotland by Henry VIII, of course, the rough wooing period. So Newhaven Harbour was destroyed, like a lot of Scotland was destroyed in 1544 by the English, who were trying to force the marriage between Mary Queen of Scots and the son of Henry VIII, Edward. So yeah, a lot of Newhaven Harbour was destroyed then, you know, unfortunately. So this is a Victorian harbour. So this was built from round about 1830s onwards, and it has been developed over the years as well. So, as you can see, it still is used by little pleasure boats and so on. There is a little couple of lobster boats go out. It's a nice little place, like. It is worth coming down here. As I said, if you're wanting to escape the madness of Edinburgh. The Botanical Gardens is a great place to go to escape from Edinburgh as well. Obviously in Leith you've got the Britannia as well. So you've got lots of places you can come in Edinburgh to get away from the centre. Because it can become quite manic, to be honest. Edinburgh, especially in the height of the season, July, August. You still get fishing down here as well. You get sardines. You'll get sardines down here. Mackerel. In fact, sorry, I don't know if you will get sardines. I might just be talking crap on that one. I meant mackerel. I don't know if you get sardines here. I think I was getting a bit excited. Excuse me. Yeah, of course, along there you've got Cramond. Remember I've done the tour to Cramond as well? You've got Cramond Village and Island along there as well. You've got Portobello, you've got Musselburgh, you've got beautiful beaches down the east coast as well. So there is a lot more to Edinburgh than just the city centre, the castle and the palace, the Royal Mile, the galleries, the museum is now the #1 visitor attraction in Scotland now. 2 million visitors the Museum of Scotland got last year in Edinburgh. 2 million visitors. I don't know if I'll get that in. If I'll get that in over there, will I? 1 second. If you wait a second, you'll get another postcard with more people in it, okay? Just wait a second, everyone. I'll get a postcard. There you go, postcard. Picture, picture. As you can see, you get beautiful sunsets if it's clear. If it's a clear day down here, you will get beautiful sunsets, of course. And you can come down and fish if you like as well. You can walk right out to the prom. The pier, sorry, on here. I'm just going to show you some of the new developments that have sprung up recently as well. I used to live down here. Hope you're enjoying the stunning skies. We did have the whole sky. It was beautiful blue skies earlier. But still not bad, isn't it? As I say, you can get beautiful sunsets and postcard shots away from the city centre. You'd rather see the clouds, would you? Oh, you've got a. It used to be a David Lloyd sports club here. You've actually got an outdoor swimming pool here. Believe it or not, Scotland has got outdoor swimming pools. Clouds make it nicer. More expensive by the water, yes. Oh, you pay for the views, don't you? You pay for the views. That's what you pay for. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I hope you're all drinking Guinness by now. I used to drink Guinness years ago. I'm actually thinking of taking Guinness back up again, draft Guinness. The good thing about when you drink Guinness, you don't have to eat. Guinness is just like having food. Beautiful, isn't it? So see here, you've got tennis courts, you've got a sports club, sports centre here. You've got an outdoor swimming pool just here, and there's a swimming pool. You can't get draft Guinness there. Oh yes, you can see a bit of the swimming pool here. Look, I've actually been in here. It's supposed to be heated, the swimming pool, but see, little swimming pool there. There's people in it just now. Look, pretty cool, eh? Outdoor swimming pool in Scotland. Oh, look at the sky. By the way, might get time so the plane comes in. Is that there's a plane coming in on the right hand side. I wonder if it'll time it so it'll be at this hitting the sun. Do you think we'll get the plane? Can you see the plane coming in? Where is it? See the plane? We'll try to time it so it hits the sun. Look, what's the plane? Is it going to fly into the sunset? Oh, it's going to be too low, is it? It's going to be below the sun. Let's see where the plane goes. Can you see the plane? Thumbs up if you can see the plane coming in. Oh, it's getting harder to see. It's getting harder to see now. Where's it gone? I've lost it. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Ah, there it's there. As you can see, this is the flight path. The flights come over the water to avoid all the city, and then they fly back in to a smaller part of the. Yeah, it's way below it. But yeah, so when the flights come into Edinburgh, they go out across the water to avoid making a noise above the city, and then they just cut in on the west side of the city, which actually is one of the most poshest areas in Edinburgh, Barrington, and so on. Thank you, Dr. Bonita. How are you doing? I never saw you come in. Have I said hello to you? I feel quite rude now. I thought I saw everybody coming in. Thank you very much for the tip anyway, Dr. Benita. Much appreciated. So it's very peaceful down here, isn't it? Very nice. Usually it's a little bit busier than this, actually. Usually it's quite busy. So again, you can see here, there's a new development. Here, Weston, this is called Weston Harbour. This is all reclaimed land. All this land here is reclaimed from the sea. Hi, I was late. So I never saw you coming in. So this is, as you can see, very different architecture here. Great views if you've got a front view and a balcony. Great views. Fantastic views. But they had a problem, you see the cladding, they had a problem with the cladding being flammable. You know, there was a big disaster in England called Grenfell, and the flats went on fire. So very beautiful views. Nice houses inside as well. A lot of them are on short-term lets, unfortunately. A lot of short-term lets. Or there was, they're trying to license them now. I used to live here with my sister. I moved back from Spain, I was homeless. And my sister had a flat down here. So I was lucky to live here for about 6 months or something like that. Along here. Look at the size of this camper van, everyone. If anyone wins the lottery, will you buy me a camper van? Look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, thank you, Natasha. Look at that. Oh, I would die for that. Oh. So if anyone wins the lottery, I'm expecting a donation for a camper van, okay? But I'll do good tours of Scotland. I'll take you to places you've never seen before. So as you can see, imagine living up there. Nice views, look at the top, look at that right up there. Sitting in the balcony up there. I wouldn't like to live in the bottom ones. Thou shalt not covet camper vans. I've had about 5 in my life, actually. I've had about 5 camper vans. So happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Obviously Scotland and Ireland has got lots of connections. Paul, you must come to Helsinki and teach me how to become a Hego guide. Oh, yeah, there's an offer I can't refuse. Is Finland not very expensive for people from Scotland? Finland and Scotland has got lots of connections. We copied the house and first model from Finland. We also copied the baby box from Finland as well. Finland is a very forward-thinking country. Scotland is catching up. We're not a fully independent country like Finland, of course. Yeah, I done an Irish heritage tour as well. There is loads of Irish connections between Scotland and Ireland. Obviously, we got invaded by the Celts, you know. We share a language, Gaelic and Gaelic. We share a drink called whiskey. There is a debate about who made it first. It was probably the Irish, to be fair. But as you can see, I don't know if I would like to live on these houses. I mean, these houses are great, right? If you've got a front view. If you've got a back view, because I think this is up for sale now, this land. So they're going to build houses here. So imagine you've bought a house here, right? You've had a not bad view for years, and then they're going to build the big blocks in front of you. Can you imagine? Stuff that, you'd be devastated, man. But yeah, some of the houses have got nice views, but the price of them quite expensive. You know, thank you, Susan, for leaving a tip. Look at this, how's the sun doing now? Oh, who remembers? I've just had a deja vu again. Who remembers the heated debate about I won't let the sun go down on me? We had a heated debate the other week there about the song. I won't let the sun go down on me. And everyone thought it was Elton John. It wasn't, it was Nick Kershaw. Oh, you can see the bridges, look. Can you see you in the background? Look at the bridges. See the Forth Bridge and the Queen's Ferry crossing. I'll need to go out to the island soon on the boat. Who wants to go on a boat cruise? Who wants to go on a boat cruise? Yay, let's go on a boat cruise. I'll book it for next month then. Let's go on a boat cruise and we'll do a tour of Inchcombe Island this time as well. So I look forward to that. But yeah, Sean Connery, one of the most famous Bonds. He had Irish heritage. Billy Connolly, Scotland's greatest ever comedian. Also Irish heritage. Frankie Boyle is another Scottish comedian. Irish heritage. Susan Boyle as well. Susan Boyle, who won the... I know, you see it? You see the bridge is now clear. Look at this. Clouds. Quite nice clouds, but Sir Matt Busby, the football manager. Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote Sherlock Holmes, Irish heritage. William McGonagall. Birkin Hare, Scotland's most infamous serial killers. Irish heritage, of course. And I'm actually going to play you a tune. Actually, talking about the Great Michael, okay? The Great Michael was the largest ship in the world, built here in Newhaven in the early 1500s, okay? But the Irish also built a ship. The Crankies, were they? Thank you, Diane, for leaving a tip. Much appreciated. The Crankies had Irish heritage. I didn't know that one. 1 second, everyone. Oh, thank you, Laura. The Bay City Rollers as well. 1 second, everyone. I'm just going to get my phone out. Yeah, so the Scots built a ship called the Great Michael, okay? So what did the Irish do? They built a ship called the Irish Rover.
We set sail from the sweet cove of Cork. We were sailing away when the cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. But a wonderful craft, she was rigged for the aft, and know how the wild wind over. She spent several blasts.
Join in, everyone. 27 masts. 27 masts.
Well, 1 million bites of the bus layer right sweet, 2 million barrels of coal. Well, 2 million barrels of money, your sails, we have 4 million barrels of stone. We have 5 million tons, 6 million tons, 7 million barrels of corn. Well, 8 million tons of our flying horses' hides, and I hope that the Irish Rover. There was a Mickey Cute who played hard on his flute when the ladies lined up for a set.
Hope you're all dancing and singing, everyone.
Still heard his sparkling quadrille to the dancers. With his smart when he talked, he was cock on the walk, and he rolled the day thunder and over. They all knew what a dance when he took off his stance, and he sailed in the Irish Rover.
Oh, and the sun's coming out, look. The sun's coming out for us. Welcome, Nico. Don't worry, all the tour guys are not like me, buddy.
It was scarce the word on a run from a slave along. There was slaughter also, I was drunk as a road. A flame that shines me from over. I am right like my clown from the banks of the fun. The skipper of the Irish
Rover.
For a sailor, it's always a bother of life. It's so long.
I'm jigging now, by the way. I'm jigging down the road. It's like Christmas Day all over again. Come on, everyone.
It's the blessed way in the fog. I know what the road was just down the tune. We suffer and our captains on the ship.
It switched to my scary noises. I had some scary noises on it for my tour, my Ghosted Haunted tour, and for some reason it just switched over to that. So I hope you enjoyed the Irish Rover. About a ship that just kept on getting grander and grander. It had anything ranging from 27 masts to 23 masts. And of course, it hit a rock and span around 7 times or 9 times, was it? It struck a rock and got spun 9 times around. The captain's dog survived, and the guy who wrote the song survived. But then when the ship hit the rock, the dog got killed. So the only person that survived was the guy who wrote the song. And it just kept on getting grander and grander as the song went along. Thank you, Stephanie, for a tip. Much appreciated. Ah, Roberto, you've just come at the end, buddy. I just timed the sunset especially for you. I hope you've all enjoyed this little tour of Newhaven today. Beautiful little place, and as you can see, it does get little spectacular sunsets as well. You can see the bridges as well, the Forth bridges over there on the right hand side. You know. Oh, there's the bridges there. Sorry, I couldn't even see them. There's the bridges there with the lights flashing. It is very beautiful, but isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed this tour today. If you could please follow my channel. Follow my channel is the one way to help us. And if you could leave a tip. Oh, just to let you see, by the way, look. Just look where I've stopped. I used to live here. I used to be, well, that was my sister's house. Are you still here? That used to be my sister's house up there. Number 10. That was my bedroom there. Imagine the views, the living room was there. Imagine the views looking out of the window. Imagine looking out at this. Beautiful, isn't it? Little lobsters go past. Oh, Donald's Duck's uncle was, what was his name again? But beautiful views, like. We never had a balcony right enough. We never had a balcony, but imagine living away up there. Look at that. I mean, it's a pretty ugly looking block. It's pretty ugly, isn't it? But imagine, I've got nice views up there. Scrooge McDuck. So look at that, the sun's come out. So there you go, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this tour tonight. Thank you so much for sticking by me to the end. I've got another tour on tomorrow, all about ladies. I love to talk about females. I am a feminist, so tomorrow my tour is all about females. So please join me tomorrow, if you can. And thank you very much for coming on my tour. You've made an old man very happy. So if you can follow my channel, that would be fantastic, if you're not already doing so. And I'm going to head off now. So thank you so much, everybody. Have the best evening, or what's left of your day. And hopefully I will see some of you tomorrow.